Sometimes you need to quickly delete all of the information in a model in COMET. And that means either in the condition model under the assessment screen or in the improvement model. The quickest way to do this is to copy in from another location, specifically a blank location, thereby replacing everything in the existing model with nothing. Now, like I said, this applies to both the condition screen, the condition model, or the improvement model, but I'm going to be demonstrating it on an improvement model because it has a couple extra considerations. Um, Also, it's worth noting that when doing this process, you can either do it for all systems or you can do it for one system at a time. And again, this is a campus, but you could also do this for, say, building systems, electrical, or living room, or whatever the case may be, whatever you're trying to clear out. You could just clear out that one area if that's what you're trying to do. Keep in mind, there's no undo on this, so if you do decide to clear out your information, you will lose it forever. It might be a better idea to first copy this to somewhere else, just in case you might need it in the future. Um, and I will show you one of those types of locations here in a moment. But moving on, so what we have here is we have all of the systems that are in the condition model. Now, I know this because they're gray. That means that this particular improvement model is synced to the condition model. And everything here that has a cost appearing, a quantity and a cost, that component in the condition model is expired within the renewal window. Now, if it doesn't have a quantity or cost, that means it is not expired in the condition model, meaning it's okay for a few more years, so we don't need to include it in the improvement. So that's how this screen works. But the importance of that gray text and it being synced is you can select the line, but you can't hit delete on the keyboard and try to delete the component. So you have to first break the sync. Now, for our purposes, we will be able to break the sync and delete everything in one go, um, in one step basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to just say copy from. And the way you would create the sync is you would say all systems, or you would select a particular system and you would say keep synchronized, you click copy, and then it would bring it into that system in this improvement model, and they would appear as gray. And then that relationship between what's expired and what's in the improvement model is maintained. And so if you change the condition data, it automatically changes the improvement model as well. But in this case, that's not what we want to do. We want to delete things. So what we could do is we could say keep synced, say bring in the structure, and the structure means each one of the components. And if we say copy the cost from the condition, well, I won't do it. It would bring it in, but things would be black. And then you could change the quantities, or even delete lines. Now, it's not synced to the improvement model, or it's not synced to the condition model, but you could make edits. So that's one way to do it, but you would then have to go line by line deleting everything. Instead, we'll do what I previously mentioned and copy in from a blank location. So first, let's go to a blank location. So let's pick a place, and it helps if you know that there's a blank condition model somewhere or a blank improvement model. It doesn't really matter. You're just copying blank. But since I think I can find a blank one somewhere in here, um, and I'm guessing that this one will be blank. But I'm going to say all systems, and I'm not going to say keep synchronized, and I'm going to copy from the improvement model. And I'm just betting here that that temporary location doesn't have an improvement cost. If it comes in with cost, then we'll just have to pick a different location and do it again. But it's not super critical. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click copy. I'm going to type in that password. Now notice that it says to enter the following and it's in all caps. I entered it in all lowercase and it's still going to work. As long as you stick with the same case, it doesn't actually have to match what it says to type. It just has to be consistent. So all uppercase will work, all lowercase will work. Oh, and there we go. It's all gone. Just that simple. So what I mentioned about backing it up somewhere, what you could have done, I didn't do it here, but what you could have done is you could have copied, or actually you would go to that location. So like this test place, XX base, this is a place where you can see that Craig will oftentimes place things as a temporary location. So you could go to one of these places. It's at the bottom of the tree, and you could go to one of these and then copy in this improvement model from Little Rock and list the dormitory campus, and then it will place it there temporarily, or not temporarily. It'll place it there until you get rid of it, but it will place it there until you're sure that you don't need it anymore, or you forget about it and it just stays there forever. Anyway, so there you go. It's deleted, and like I said, you could do this to the improvement model, or if we were looking at the assessment data, here's the assessment screen, all systems. You'll recognize this from what was just in that improvement model that we deleted, but you could come in here and say copy from, and I could choose that same blank location. Now I'm not going to do this because I don't want to get rid of this data, but if I were to do that, it would delete all of this as well. So there you go. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you like the video, please give me a like, and have a nice day.